Today I am here to talk about and discuss the COVID-19 pandemic and how it has affected the sports world, from professional sports leagues to college sports and even high school sports. COVID-19 has had a huge impact in all those areas. The pandemic has certainly provided new changes to leagues all around the world. Many sports leagues lost a lot of money due to the stoppage of play in 2020. Leagues lost money due to the lack of ticket sales from fans, but also since there was no games being played throughout the spring of 2020, leagues were not able to maintain their television broadcast deals, which meant no income to leagues and no income to teams. Also, broadcasters were not able to work as much, so they missed out on pay. The people who work inside of arenas were also affected by the stoppage of sports, from security guards to the people who run the concession stands. The COVID-19 pandemic definitely had a significant financial impact on sports. According to UnitedNations.org, a lack of physical activity can compound stress and anxiety. According to UMS.org, when school and other social interactions have been taken away, not having sports can cause a child to feel isolated. Hello, I'm Alex Crow. I'm here with Nick Pye. And today we're here to talk about how COVID's affected the sports world.
Thank you for having me, bud. Appreciate it.
So how has COVID affected your experience as an athlete personally?
Well, I mean, obviously, last year we had our spring season canceled for baseball. I'm a baseball player. So it was kind of tough because, obviously we had the pandemic hit probably mid-March. And it was literally, so it was that Thursday that we got out of school and we got canceled from school. And then that next Monday is when we had our tryouts for baseball. And it was like just right there. We were so ready for the season. We were going to have a great season. We had a lot of seniors, all the great players in that team. And it just it really sucked just to have to, not be able to play that year, not be able to experience with those guys, that group of players. So obviously that was a big thing. But then I ended up by playing, baseball over the summer, a little bit in the fall as well.
Yes, that's good you got back out there,
Yeah, I mean, it's good you could at least have some form of baseball. It's not, it would have been terrible not to do
not
anything
the
at all.
same,
Yeah, for sure. But, I mean, I think the biggest thing the pandemic brought me is just being able to play just sports kind of intramurally, just like with your friends and things like that.
Yeah, I agree.
I think, just having that extra time to yourself. I mean, I think early in the pandemic, I was definitely very bored, just staying at home, all that stuff.
Definitely, yeah.
But I mean, I think as you kind of got onto it, you kind of were able to spend time with your friends, go out and play basketball with your friends, go out and, play street hockey, play football, play wiffle ball, all that stuff. Just kind of do fun stuff you did as friends when you were kids, just kind of play in the backyard. And that kind of, I actually really enjoyed that, to be honest. I mean, obviously it still sucks we weren't able to have season last spring 2020, but I mean, made the most of it, and we're looking forward to a great season so far this next upcoming year.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, what about yourself? I mean, how is, I think obviously we've been doing a lot of stuff outside. How has that been for you?
Yeah, it's definitely been good to get outside and stuff more,
Yeah, I mean, I think
even restrictions and stuff, but I don't know, it's still good to have those good times, like playing street hockey, playing basketball, wiffle ball.
Yeah, I mean, obviously still try to stay safe, but I mean, I think, yeah, just having fun with your friends. I think that really has been big. I mean, obviously it's been tough this upcoming. I have not played high school sports since the pandemic. I don't know how the regulations are. I don't know what it's like playing with a mask.
Yeah,
I did play a little bit in the summer and the fall, but the rules weren't really that strict about wearing your mask. Sometimes we were in the dugouts and things like that, but it wasn't too bad as far as strict regulations. But obviously with the high school season, it's gonna be pretty strict. And also it'll be different because usually we start in third week of March for our tryouts, but this year we're starting all the way in beginning of April, I think, maybe even April vacation after that.
Yeah, it's a shorter season, I bet, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're extending the second half, the end of the season, a little longer. I think we might be going all the way until July, which will be
wow.
I mean, I think last week of June, maybe first week of July, something like that.
Wow.
But I mean, that would be weird playing. I mean, in the summer usually.
Ball, huh?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, usually in the spring, like in March, it's usually crazy cold and it's wet and it's raining like it is right now, basically.
Yeah, so probably better, honestly.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I love playing.
Better.
I love playing in the warm. I think I remember I had this tournament like this past summer, and it was like 100 degrees out, and it was, you know, sunny, and it was like, oh my god, and everybody hated it because it was like they were dying out there, you know, it's wicked hot. Honestly, I love that. I love, you know, sweating and having fun out there. I hate playing in the cold, and I think that'll be one upside. You know, this whole pandemic, it's good to be able to look at the upside in things, and the upside is you get to be able to play in the warmer weather. Don't have to worry about the crazy March, early April weather where it's raining and
like
wet,
now.
cold all the time. Like, I don't really want to worry about that. Plus, I mean, the thing with baseball too, it's with the grass field, if it's too wet, you can't play at all, and it's muddy, and it's like, you know, the dirt isn't very good, and the grass isn't very good, and you can't really play up until it actually dries out.
Yeah, rains a lot in April too, you know.
Right, yeah. I mean, we aren't able to even get in the practice field for up until usually April anyway. You know, we have, you know, a couple scrimmages in late March, early April usually, but that's usually on like a turf field. We usually start maybe in, you know, in the gym or out in the high school field, things like that. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it, really am. I think it's good just to make the most of this opportunity, make the most of this time, and go from there. So yeah.
I mean, yeah, definitely. Like, even though you know it's been like tough, but you know, it's been tough. But like, I don't know. I think it was still good to like get outside, like, because the quarantine, it was definitely tough to like be inside for so long. So like, it was good to finally get outside and stuff.
Yeah,
and we definitely made the most of it too. Like,
I think we did, really fun summer.
Yeah, we did.
And I remember, like, I think I was just doing crazy stuff in the house. I mean, I was so bored. I think the second weekend of quarantine, I think I ended up by we had this old fence next to my neighbor's yard. Yeah. And I literally took down the entire fence by myself and put up a new one by myself, like, in like 2 days, because I was so freaking bored, you know? And it's like, I couldn't stand just doing nothing, you know? I had to be like doing something. Tough. You know, I ended up by working a lot too this summer. You know, I had a summer job, and I knew you did as well.
Yeah.
So it was a good opportunity to make some money. It was obviously different, you know, not being able to travel as much as well. But I think, yeah, as far as the sports side goes, I mean, just being able to be outside with your friends. I think it was, you know, one of the times where I did that the most this year. Just being able to have that time with yourself, and also we're getting older. We're seniors this year,
you know,
and having that time out there, you know, with your friends playing wiffle ball, playing street hockey.
Yeah, make good memories for
those
sure.
Those are times you never forget. You know, those times you know, you have some kid hit somebody else in the face with a street hockey stick, like happened to you this year, or hit somebody else in the neck with a wiffle ball, or, you know, hit somebody, you know, break somebody's finger with the basketball, or, you know, fighting over who won the game in football, or whether it was a catch or not a catch, or first down, not a first down, Colby. And, you know, it was just fun. It was a fun times, you know? I mean, those are the kind of things you remember forever.
Yeah.
Those kind of memories you have, you know, with your friends fighting about stuff, just having fun.
Yeah.
I think, you know, a lot of times in team sports, I remember when we played basketball back in 8th grade, there's a lot of pressure, you know, there's a lot of pressure in playing well, and like, oh, like, what's going to happen? Like, you know, you got to, you know, it's not as fun because you're under so much pressure to play well. But I think, you know, it's kind of fun just to let loose and just, you know, have fun with your friends. I think that's kind of important to, as your development as an athlete, first off, but I mean, just overall in your mental health, mental acuity, things like that. It's just great to be able to get out there and play some ball with the boys, you know, and I think that's one of the things that I really enjoyed about the summer. I think that, you know, as much as the pandemic was tough because it kind of altered a lot of our lives, a lot of our daily lives, I think that, you know, things kind of turned out pretty good. And I think that, you know, overall, I think that if you remember to just kind of hang out with your friends a lot, do fun stuff with them, you know, I think you'll have a good time. I think you'll make the most of any time you have. And as we get older, as we move on to college and other things, I hope we always remember that. I hope we always remember to do that. And hopefully teach that to our children one day, you know? So,
yeah.
For sure. I agree.
Definitely made the most of it.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. I mean, I know some guys who've been playing hockey and, you know, soccer and basketball and all that stuff, you know, wearing masks and wearing, you know, all that. You know, how do you think that's going to be for guys wearing masks and stuff? You think it'll be weird?
For sure, yeah. It's definitely going to be tough, I bet.
Yeah. I mean, I know it'll be different because, I mean, I don't
I'm not a big mask guy.
I'm not a big mask guy. I mean, it's tough, man. You breathe in, it's like,
I know, it's even tough during school, never mind. Like,
oh, tough. I mean, school, I wouldn't even imagine, yeah.
Never mind, like, physical activity.
Like, imagine you're going playing basketball, you having to wearing a mask on. I have no idea how those guys do it. I mean, I'm lucky myself to not be playing a high-intensity, high cardiovascular sport like that. I mean, baseball, you basically just, make your pitches and make your plays in the field. Not too much running. I mean, it is a little bit, but it'll still be interesting to see how it goes because you're obviously doing a lot of movement and things like that. But, it'll be interesting to see. And I kind of feel bad for those guys doing what they do.
Yeah. But they're definitely happy to be back out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. I mean, I think
that's the thing. Yeah.
The biggest thing about sports is it gives you a sense of community. Just being around the guys.
Make some good connections with your teammates and stuff.
That's what it's all about, making connections,
Not all about winning and losing,
Yeah, I mean, it's fun,
Yeah, fun to win.
I think when you get down to it. And that's the thing about being a team. You're united in one thing, and you don't care about all the other crap that goes on. You just want to win. And at the end of the day, having that common goal, having that common purpose, I think it really unites you. I think it teaches you some valuable life lessons. I think it teaches you, to stay disciplined.
Yeah, we definitely need a lot more unity.
We need a lot more unity. And I think that if we...
Pretty divided out there.
If we can all kind of work as a team, as we do, nowadays. I mean, I think I've learned a lot being part of a team. And I think that we as a country, I think we got to be more of a team.
For sure, yeah.
United in common purpose.
Yeah, it's bigger than sports, too.
We used to be a good team, back in the day when we were all united in one common purpose, one country.
Yeah. I think we all kind of, I think we kind of came together a bit from the pandemic because we were all, it's definitely a tough time. I think a lot of people did come together.
Yeah. I mean, I think that,
even though we're still really divided, but I mean.
I think, as a great saying, tough times don't last, tough people do.
True. We've made it through it.
We've made it through the rain.
Not many people can say that at all.
We've made it through the rain, and
young age too.
Sun is shining on a great new day, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, I think it. We need to stay united, and I guess we'll see how it goes on the other side. I think that we need to, again, as far as the athletic things goes. I mean, I really hope to be able to play a season this year because I love being part of a team. I love being part of a community, and I think that if I can do that, I can, be part of that community again, be part of that team, be able to win, be able to lose with them, be able to practice with them, be able to play with them and be with them all year. I mean, it's just one of those things that really helps your mental awareness as a person, being, accountable to other guys on the team, especially in a team sport like baseball where you're really accountable. Your actions have a lot of weight on the rest of your guys. If you don't make a play, that affects all 9 guys on the field, and all the other guys on the bench, and all the coaches, all the people that support you. So I really think that's good for people to get back to normal life, to get back to, playing sports, doing business, being with family.
Yeah.
Things like that. And hopefully as this pandemic continues to improve, I see the numbers are improving, these great numbers out there for cases are all dropping a little bit. We have vaccines rolling out. And I think that there's a lot of optimism out there,
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
There's light at the end of the tunnel. I think that's a great way to end it off here. I think that, having that message here of a new day, a new dawn, a new brighter days ahead.
True.
And I'm really looking forward to that. So thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Nick.
The one thing that is special about sports is that it's a good outlet for people to take some time out of their day and enjoy something that they love. Whether it's athletes playing or even fans watching and cheering on the teams that they love. Physical activity is a great way to improve someone's mental health. And with sports being on pause or sports getting altered, that puts a change within the living conditions of athletes. As a fan, I certainly miss watching the teams that I loved last year. Now that I am able to watch sports, I feel more happy watching the teams that I love. And it definitely helps me release some stress that I have when I watch the teams that I love. ESPN.com states that the Houston Texans had to start their training camps complete with social distancing and masks. WorldEconomicForum.org states that the Premier League clubs had to brace themselves for around $60 million in lost revenues.